What's up, internet? Just got another video I wanted to make today. I get into some good debates at my job. I have a few people that are like polar opposites to me, and we're able to kind of talk about stuff and not ever let it get wild. And it's really good, I think, I know it's good for me, it's good for everybody, I think. We genuinely enjoy having really long, in-depth conversations when we're supposed to be working in the back. But I wanted to make a video about, we were kind of talking about like the economy and everything else, and it kind of bled into doctors. And a friend of mine, at work, his argument was that doctors don't really get into the field of being a doctor to help people all the time. They do it to make money, and I kind of have a little bit of a problem with that statement, but at the same time I understand where he's coming from, because I'm sure that is the fact. But you take the Hippocratic Oath into play, and then you look at the flip side, of the doctor, which is the patient. You have the patient, who we all have been patients of a doctor at one point in our lives. And when we go to the doctor, and I'm saying this to everybody watching this video, when you go to the doctor, you would rather have a doctor that gives a shit rather than a doctor that is just trying to make money off you, right? I thought so. Okay, so we go to the doctor, and I'm gonna just use an example of my own. I recently went to an allergist, okay? I asked around and got the recommendation to go to this particular allergist. He was a good allergist, Had this issue with my, my sinuses. I didn't really know what was going on. Turns out I'm allergic to pretty much everything except for any food, hence I'll put the link to the video for honey and cinnamon, which is another video you guys should watch. You may have the same issue. But went to this allergist. They did the little test on me, told me that I'm allergic to everything, and basically the guy told me that my options were, he could write me scripts for nasal spray and allergy medicine, but he recommended that I get an allergy shot every week or every 2 weeks, which I'm not gonna do. Just not doing it. So I said to him, because I had a guy that was, excuse me, just drank a little bit of my drink, burping now. I had a guy that I worked with that had given me the information about the honey and cinnamon, and it helped me a great deal. It helped me more than any other medicine that I've taken. Way more, right? Way more. And I said something to the allergist. I said, do you have you ever heard about like honey and cinnamon helping for phlegm and for for allergies? He breaks his BlackBerry out, looks totally perplexed. This is an allergist, doctor. Was totally perplexed, like he had never ever heard that ever before in his life. He takes his BlackBerry out, and then like mid scrolling through his BlackBerry, I saw him kind of get like a funny face, like he was smiling on the inside with a little bit of smirk, and he was just kind of like regressed back into the whole, I just recommend that you get the allergy shot. A lot of that stuff doesn't really work. And in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, gee, doc, that's kind of funny, because I've tried over 100 different kinds of allergy medicines and sinus sprays and all this different shit, and the honey and cinnamon worked 50 times better than all of it, at least 50 times better. I didn't say any of this to him. I just kind of like, yeah, okay, doc. I'll let you know if I want those allergy shots, bud, thanks. But it just brings up like a very interesting and very frightening point, that a lot of these doctors are really not interested in helping you with your problem at all. And I hate to even say that, but that seems like the facts. And then when you start, all right, we're talking about allergies right now, right? But when you get into start talking about like cancer, and you have these doctors that are prescribing you drugs that, and we all know, a lot of us have had experiences with people in your family that have gotten one of the many forms of cancer that we can get from all the filth that man has put on this planet. you know, they start to prescribe you these drugs that a lot of times they don't know really if they work. They have horrible side effects. You know, they cost crazy amounts of money to the point where people can't even afford them. You know, they have to choose between trying to save their life or getting food, which is the very real situation that a lot of these people are in, right? And then on the other hand, you have the cannabis plant. You knew I was going to tie it in somehow. You have the cannabis plant, which there's all of these different studies going on right now that the government is desperately trying to sweep under the carpet and you know, make pretend they don't exist, about how cannabinoids shrink cancerous tumors and in a lot of cases kill it. You know, you have this going on in other countries already. You know, I'm sure, I don't know if any of you have heard of this guy Rick Simpson and the hash oil that he makes, and how he's, you know, and I'll say supposedly, for all you skeptics out there, cured quite a few people's cancer. I just want all you guys to think about this video and what I said and how it kind of relates to your life, and how we maybe can make a couple changes to ensure that this kind of shit stops. Because right now you have people who realize this stuff that I'm talking about and are trying to study it and are being arrested because they have cannabis in their possession, or they may have plants. You know, you think about that for a little while. You think about if your mother or your father was dying of cancer and you did all this research and found out that, you know, holy shit, I might be able to help, you know? And then you're thrown in jail because you're trying to help someone who's dying in your family. And we're not talking about, you know, using some kind of a substance that, you know, causes all kinds of evil and harm and death and whatever. We're talking about pot, marijuana. That's something that's been called one of the safest and most therapeutically active substances known to man. Something that's been used for medicine for over 3,000 years by humans. You know, and I know I've said all this before, but I'm just trying to put a little bit of a different twist on it. You think about how sickening that is, and how you would react if you were placed in that situation where, you know, God forbid your grandmother, you know, she couldn't afford, you know, these ridiculously priced cancer medications that, you know, you don't even know if the medication itself is going to kill you. You know, and this is where we live. This is what you're paying, your health insurance that comes out of your paycheck. This is what you're paying for. Does that bother anybody else or no? Because it really bothers me. So that's it. Just some thoughts for you guys. Just sprinkling some thoughts out on the interwebs. As always, enjoy your weekend. Hold the door for some people. Smile. Be nice. It's the weekend now. You may be seeing this video on a different day, but just try to be a good person. Try not to be an asshole. And make sure you hit the subscribe button if this is your first video, or check out some other videos. Make sure that you can tolerate me, and then hit the subscribe button. And you know, thumb the video up if you liked it. It helps support the channel. And make sure you leave a comment below if you have a comment. It's why I'm doing this. You know, it's the interaction. Let's all get a discussion going on this. You know what I'm saying? So that's it, peeps. Enjoy your day. Peace.